So the last couple of years my brother's been teaching himself how to play the piano, and he's been teaching himself through this computer program, kind of like Guitar Hero but for the piano. So the program gives him the notes that he needs to play on the computer, so he's always playing in front of the computer screen. So I figured the best option for him would be have a custom desk with a piano stand built in. So that's what I did here. I did make it big enough to hold 2 computers, so it will, for him and his girlfriend, they like to play video games together, so when he's not playing the piano, they can both sit here and play games together. But when he does want to play the piano, all he has to do is slide this back. It reveals the piano, which is really cool, and he's able to play. He doesn't have to move all his monitors and anything like that, and then it just slides back out and works nice as a desk. Check it out, I'll show you how I built it, and if you like this video, I've got more projects like this on my channel, and I have a lot planned in the future on the way, so feel free to like and subscribe if you'd like. I'll catch you next time. Hope you enjoy. So for this build, I did have the guys at Home Depot cut down my sheet of plywood so it was in manageable pieces. I already knew kind of what dimensions I wanted for the rough, big cuts, and then I did still have to make a few cuts of my own. I don't have a huge table saw, so I set up a straight edge and then just use a circular saw to get the cuts that I need. Right here I am getting the cut for the bottom or the supporting piece for the piano. Moving on to the side pieces, I moved to the table saw and cut them down to size. I had 2 different sizes, one for the very edge and then one to support the piano pocket. To attach everything, of course, I'm using pocket holes. They seem to be the best. I am going to be using a lot of wood glue in this build because it is going to be used as a desk, and so I don't want it moving around, creaking, or unstable at all. So I'm hoping it holds it all together nice and tight. I got this corner clamp for the Murphy bed build I did a couple of months ago, and it's been one of the best tools that I've gotten. If you're working by yourself, it is really handy to hold those 90-degree edges nice and tight while you're screwing everything together. Now I'm marking off where I would need to put the support edges for the edges of the desk. This will make the little cabinet area for the piano, and it will hold the track that supports the upper portion of the desk so that he can move it in and out when he's not using the piano. This is going to be the support struts that support the portion of the desk that slides in and out to reveal the piano. I set it about 1/8 of an inch down. I wanted to be as close to even with the surface on either side. There is a little bit of an edge, but not much with a little bit of sanding. I just used a couple of pocket screws to hold down the monitor stand, which holds it nice and tight and so it won't move. Like I said earlier, I don't have a huge table saw, so this is how I set up the straight clips for a long piece. I set down a straight board and then clamp it down so that I can run the track of the circular saw along the side. Cut the desktop a little too big. It's better to be too big and cut it down later, so I marked it how big it needed to be and cut that down so that it went in and fit nice and perfectly. This is the back piece for the piano cabinet. The piano does have quite a few wires that need to go to it, so I cut this big hole out so that it wouldn't be a problem passing any of the wires through and make it nice and clean. Back to the table saw, I am making 2 monitor stands. This desk is big enough to fit both my brother and his girlfriend so that they can play games together when the piano is not in use. I designed these to be movable so that they could reconfigure the desk if they wanted 1 monitor on there or 2, so I didn't attach them to the top of the desk. They do move freely. This is what the desk should look like right about now. So I wanted to do X legs for this desk. I think it'd look really cool and be really supportive because it is going to be kind of heavy with the weight that's going to be put on it. And I really didn't know how to go about that. So I made a template. I didn't want to cut out and waste a piece of wood. So I made a 2 foot by 2 foot square on the ground. That's the height that I want the legs to be. It'll raise the bottom of the desk up to 2 feet. I think this will be a good way to get the measurements and help me with the angles when cutting. I hope this works out. I'm thinking it will. We'll find out, won't we? Pretty stoked. I think this is a good idea. So this did work out really well. It really helped me visualize the angles. I just couldn't picture how to make the cuts until I saw it on the ground and I was able to match everything up exactly. After the cuts were made, I ran the boards through the table saw once just to get the rounded edges off the side. It gives it more of a professional look to it when you're using construction grade lumber. It really does look good in the end. To join the pieces together, I did try to do a dado joint, so cutting half of the wood out of each side so that they fit together nice and snug. This worked pretty well. I would suggest using a proper cross-cut jig, but this is all I had, so this is what I used, and it seemed to work all right. Hopefully in the future I get the right tools, but it worked for now. Was hitting the pieces of wood together, the 2x4 did split. I was thinking that this was gone, but I know wood glue is almost just as strong as a solid piece of wood, if not stronger, so I attempted to fix it and it turned out pretty good. I clamped it and left it overnight, and it's still one solid piece. I added a support piece to tie together the top of the X legs. This will help attach it to the bottom of the desk. Now it's time to sand everything down. After everything was sanded, I had to set it up and see how it looked, test it out, make sure everything was going exactly how I planned it, and I had to test it out, of course. And then I had to stain it. We made a coffee table for him a while back, and so I wanted it to match because it's probably going to be in the living room with his coffee table. So I wanted the pieces to look almost identical, but I didn't want it to be just one large dark piece of furniture, so I painted the legs white, and I think it turned out looking really nice. After the stain dried, I did polyurethane it because this is going to be used as a desk. It's going to see a lot of use, so I wanted it to be protected.
that's so cool.
Oh, you put the piano in it. Oh, that's awesome.
That's
That
awesome.
looks so cool.
Oh, where are the lights though?
Point it to the bottom left. Get under the table.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're good.
That's cool.
You're good. I came out here and asked him while he was working
That's
on
awesome.
this because I thought he was making you the piano stand, and
That's
I wanted to know. So I came out here and said, "So what are you getting Jake for his birthday?" And he was like, "Oh, I don't know yet. I kind of looked and hadn't figured it out."
That's so cool.
That's good. That's tricky.
Feel it. Feel the disc.
Oh, that's nice.
All right.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's
It's
so
so
cool.
pretty. Oh, I love the way it's stained too.
Is this how that
this
one
is
table we had will look?
Yeah.
That's
I
pretty
think
cool.
it's the same stain because I tried to match it.
That's so cool.
I tried to match it. Yeah. So the best part is I put these so you don't have to move the like.
Oh yeah.
So you don't have to like get rid of everything.
Yeah.
Just kind of move it over.
Oh. Oh, that's so cool.
And you know what's so funny
I
is
gotta
that
sand it a little bit.
I thought you might be tricking me. But then you were like, yeah, I gotta make sure that they can fit the kennels underneath. And I was
that's
like,
perfect.
you had put so much thought into the lie. Oh, you're so sneaky. That was good.
Well, I was like, I can't work on it if they're gonna be here.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be like, stay out of the garage.
That's so cool.
And then we'll both fit perfectly fine.
Yeah, just a little higher chair each way.
And these are movable, so if you wanted to reconfigure, these aren't mounted on there.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's so cool.